Hey, welcome back to Dana's room. This is Dana, my brother. I'm Dan. We're here in Massachusetts to talk about Phantasmagoria. Yeah, Phantasmagoria. Wow. This game, back in the day, yeah, we were really big Sierra fans. When did it come out? I forget. When did
95?
I say? 95? Yeah, so 10 years. Wow, I can't even believe 10 years old. 10 years old.
You were 10 years old.
Yeah. We were so young playing this shit. But we had like our Computine PC with Windows, I don't know, 3.1, I guess. Was Windows 95 out yet? I guess Windows in 1995, I guess. But, yeah, we had it for DOS. It was like King's Quest 6, I think, was like a game we really liked then. And I remember seeing in Imagination, the Sierra magazine, like pictures of Phantasmagoria and being like I don't want to play a scary game. Why do scary games have the best graphics? Blah. You know, and so I guess I don't think I played it for a very long time. The box art was so good. That we also had the Roberto Williams anthology, which was, oh my god, for a kid who has no money, the Roberto Williams anthology was amazing. It had every Roberto Williams game, all the King's Quests, all the Laura Bows, all the other games that she did, like all in one. And it had Chapter 1 of Phantasmagoria because they didn't want to put 8 discs in there. It was already, I think it was already 4 discs anyway. So I think I might have played Chapter 1 of Phantasmagoria already, but then we back in the day we had this guy come over named Roberto. Remember Roberto?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
He was like God to me because he knew all about computers. Like he's the one who came over and like made our computers better, and I was a huge computer nerd at 10, and so like he's the reason I knew how to like fuck the computer up like 100%, like like change like win.ini or like autoexec.bat, you know.
Mess with the BIOS.
Exactly. I still remember he was like, did he ever do this to you? He'd be like, feel that. Be like, feel that. Isn't that, it would be like super hard. Like his muscle, his like whatever muscle this is would be like so hard. But
from what, typing?
I don't know, from like being a mechanic. I think he might have been a mechanic. But he came over and we had this like bass fishing game. Like Sierra Sports bass fishing. And he had Phantasmagoria. And we were like, and he offered to trade us the bass fishing game for Phantasmagoria, which is like the best trade ever. But we were like 10. So I think he was like, don't tell your parents, A. And B, he turned on Phantasmagoria has a censored mode, so I think he put it on censored. But it's not like it was hard to get it off censored mode, honestly. Like it's so funny when people try to do like parental controls on internet, like you're like, we literally know how to get around it.
I know, it's easy. If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. But yeah, so thanks to Roberto, we got all 7 CDs of Phantasmagoria. And honestly, I remember the smell of the CD case because it was all like this plastic. I remember like that smell of that plastic was really cool. But yeah, that was like pretty formative. I feel like I remember it in 5th grade because I would drive to acting classes with my friend Erin and her mom, and we would talk about it in the car. Yeah, it was great. I mean, I think the mom knew that it was like not great, but still fine. You know,
probably not suitable for children.
Definitely not suitable for children.
The intense gore.
I know. Yeah, I definitely like. I think we turned it on to uncensored, but I would look away. Like when I was a kid, I never looked at the head. You know, the head splitting apart. I never looked at the head at the face being pulled apart. Like I never looked. Did you? I feel like you did.
Yeah, probably.
You're like that. You're like that type.
Cool.
Did you even play it back then?
I think so. I mean, I remember I definitely played it as of recently. When I say recently, I mean the past like 5 years. But like back in the day, I think like, you know, if I was like having a sleepover or something, because the computer used to be in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day when we only had one computer and it was in the basement and that was the only place you get internet.
So, we had friends sleep over, just play computer games, and we would, I think one time we played Phantasmagoria. But I think this was like after, like I was a little older, so it was this game ain't so scary.
I definitely played it. I was like obsessed. I was probably as obsessed with it as I was obsessed with King's Quest. I mean, 11th Hour and 7th Guest. And as obsessed as I was with Final Fantasy VIII. Like that was another one I was super obsessed with back then.
Shout outs to Sony PlayStation on that one.
But yeah, Phantasmagoria, like I think I remember like enjoying it, and I think I noticed all the shitty graphic stuff, but like didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the like you could, I mean, even as a kid, you could see when the green screen is totally off, and you could hear that the voices are way too echoey.
Mm-hmm. It's not really that bad of a game. We'll have to give the devil its due. I don't think so.
It's like it is a scoop. It's like, whoosh, it's like it's really bad for a couple of chapters.
A scoop meaning it starts off good, then it sucks, then it's good again.
I guess it's more like this. But like, I mean, compared to the 11th Hour, maybe it's good because it's like we like because it's a point and click adventure game with inventory based puzzles. Remember that, which means like, if you would pick up like a shoe, and then later someone would want a shoe, so you'd give it to them. But in like adventure game land, it's like they employ what's called moon logic. In Gabriel Knight 3 is like the most infamous moon logic puzzle where you're supposed to rent a Vespa, and in order to rent a Vespa, you need an ID, and you don't have an ID, so you steal your friend's ID, Detective Mosley, and you draw a mustache on the ID. You don't have a mustache, by the way. Then, in order to make a mustache for yourself to put on, you tape a piece of tape to a mouse hole, and then put like or something, and like make the mouse go into the hole, chased by a cat, and the cat runs through, and some of the cat hair goes on the tape, and then you take that tape and put it on your lips, and mustache.
I know it's weird, but
Moon logic.
That is moon logic for you.
So Phantasmagoria has those kind of puzzles, which honestly I love. I mean, I love that shit. I really like figuring that stuff out way more than I would want to figure out like some sort of like logic puzzle in the 11th Hour. There's one puzzle where you have to rescue Harriet from a hole, and you pull her out, and then you look in the hole for no reason, and then under the hole, in a place where Adrian can't see, but you as the player can see, there's a nail sticking out, and you click on the nail, and then she like reaches down and grabs it. So like, A, how does she see it? She doesn't know it's there. B, why would she grab it? Like, I mean, how many like loose nails have you grabbed in your life?
None.
Yeah, none. And then eventually, after you've done that, you also grab a newspaper, and then you go back to this door that had a key stuck in it on the other side that you push through with the nail and catch with the newspaper and pull it out. And like, as far as I'm concerned, like, there's probably a lot of long and skinny things in the house that you could use to push through the hole. Like, why would why would it be like a nail you took from somewhere? Like, like Dawn is literally building a photo lab downstairs.
Something like
he must have something to like push it through,
And why is there a locked door in the house you just moved into?
Well, they deal with that because she goes to the realtor and she's like, "Hello, why are there lost doors? I mean, why are there locked doors?"
Right, yeah, that's right.
I mean, but the realtor's an idiot anyway. Like, there's like wide open articles about Carnell, and like my favorite one is the the drawer in Leonora's room. You open the drawer and there's like a letter from Carnell to his
like the
no, I'm sorry, a letter from Leonora to like her lover.
What was his name?
Gaston Warwick. Like in this drawer. From like 1910. So for like 90 years, like no one's gone in and cleaned up. Like seen like this letter in there, been like, maybe we'll put this in a museum or something, or like let's throw this out, or I don't know, let's just leave it in there. And then there's like that article in the office that's just left out, open to the page about Carnell being into the dark arts. And what? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, growing up, playing this game had a profound impact on you, correct?
Phantasmagoria?
Yeah.
In what way?
It's really gory.
Yeah.
But
extremely.
like, it's like by today's standards, it's like, somebody gets stabbed with a trowel. But like, why would you get stabbed with a trowel? They're not sharp.
Because it's ironic, Dana.
I know, but there's a scene where he's like running his finger along the trowel, and it looks pretty sharp.
It does.
It's a trowel sharp. You don't need to cut the dirt. You just have to stick it in there. But yeah, it's like just kind of silly in the way they kill people. But hey, it was the 90s, you know.
It was the 90s, I know.
I'd say that game had a pretty big impact on me because, like, at a tender age of when that came out, 95, the tender age of 8 years old, I remember seeing those like death scenes and being like really freaked out.
Right, yeah, like especially the one when she's like eating the guts, like that one made me sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can distinctly remember being so scared. Maybe not scared. I guess the word would be traumatized.
Wait, so I guess you
is
did.
worse
So you
than
did
scared.
play it when I played it?
Yeah, no, I remember watching because
Okay.
we had we invite friends like Billy and Tony,
Uh-huh.
and we would all like watch you play it because they knew about the game.
Yeah.
I knew about the game.
Oh, Billy and Tony. Hey.
Shout out to Billy and Tony.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just remember like running away after seeing one of those like death scenes because I think it was the one when the fat lady had the funnel in her mouth.
Yeah.
The ironic death like that.
And that was pretty extreme. And then the like Adrian getting killed, they were all pretty extreme. The trowel thing wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
It was probably worse with the sensor on.
And it was probably like so bad.
And the head twisting was fine.
Yep.
And it did that like classic like movie thing where like if you really look, her head spun around like 8 times before it actually cracked. You know, and they kept showing it going. You're like, I'm pretty sure it went all the way around.
This is as far as I can get. If I go like an inch more, I'm gonna like pop a disc in my neck. So like her head went like all the way around, and then when it got back to the start, it cracked.
Just like with the editing, you're just like, oh. But yeah, I mean overall, like I say in the review, it's good. You just have to get over all the little things that suck. And there's a lot of little things that suck.
There's a lot of exposition too.
But you can tell that there's like as much of it, a lot of it seems lazy, but then at the same time, there's like a lot of like heart. And like Roberto Williams is obviously a good game designer, but they definitely learn from their mistakes because Phantasmagoria 2 is way better.
Totally.
Completely different. Which is just great because like the first one, like the story was so stupid. Like Don and Adrian buy a giant house for no reason, like this giant like murder house.
Yeah, must have got a good deal on it or something.
I guess, but like why the hell do they want to move to like a house that's in the
middle of nowhere?
on an island in the middle of in Maine.
Yeah.
In like the smallest town in the history of towns.
Yeah.
Like
there's a store
with one phone.
Yeah, I know, and it's like
next to the front door. Like, wouldn't you put a phone next to a couch or something, or in the kitchen? Or why only one phone? Why is this phone man only installing one phone? Wouldn't he have a phone like in their bedroom? Here's where I would put phones. Okay, so I would put one phone in the bedroom. Well, a phone in every bedroom. A phone in their bedroom. A phone in Carnell's bedroom. A phone in Leonora's bedroom. Honestly, a phone in that big room, the solarium with the painting in it. A phone in the kitchen. A phone by the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
A phone in that office. 7 phones. At least 7 phones.
But no.
This was back when there was only landline phones, so you needed one. You had to run to them to get them. You didn't just have it on you. FYI.
Kind of miss those days. Actually, not really.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's so stupid because like you got the one phone next to the door. Let's say you're like on the 3rd floor and you hear the phone ring. You have to like sprint in order to get to the phone because the house is so fucking huge.
I know. Imagine if you're on the 3rd floor, you're running all the way down.
I know. It's like, why did we move here?
Yeah, that's weird. That's like less believable than the demon like not infecting Adrian and just infecting Dawn. But maybe it's a male. It only likes males. It only infects other males. But like, also like, if it was gonna kill Adrian, they should have just done it right away. Like, why does it wait? Just do it. If it can like build physical form, just like fucking kill her. What else? What else? What else?
I don't think it's believable that the demon was locked in that box for like 100 years. Is it a physical being, or is it like, can it like transfer itself through objects? Is it a ghost? Like whenever I think of something being a demon, I think of something that's like like a ghost, you know, can move and like possess. But for some reason, it got stuck in that box for like 100 years, which would make you believe that it's a physical being. And if it's a physical being, it's probably really small. But then when it comes out, it's so huge.
The book on it, I guess. I don't know.
Book?
But, like they did like make it go through only open doors. Like when it goes to get dominant, like go through the open. Oh wait, I wonder if the door to the office area was closed or open. I think it maybe had a big keyhole. I don't know. Yeah. So, you know, Phantasmagoria. Like in the end, there's a lot of problems, but fun. More fun than the 11th Hour.
Yes. But, well, it's not. It's like comparing apples to oranges, because that's the 11th Hour is like a first-person puzzle-solving game. And in Phantasmagoria, it's like a third-person, not like adventure game. You know?
Point-and-click adventure, yeah. Love adventure games, man.
Yeah, adventure games are great. They're just fun. And then once you know how to beat it, the game will take you not even an hour to beat.
You're just like right through it.
Zip right through.
Well, thanks for watching our talk back about Phantasmagoria. If you have any questions, put them in the comments if you like this video. Click that like button. If you want to subscribe so you can see all of our latest videos.
Your latest.
My latest videos that sometimes include Dana. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.